Continuing our coverage here at Arbour Park, home of Slough Town Football Club, with Chippenham Town man of the match today, Vincent Harper, as voted by the men up in the stands. Vince, full debut for Chippenham today. How do you feel you got on, mate?
I thought I did very well, to be fair. Wasn't the best of games, but I thought I handled sort of the pressure out wide quite well. But yeah, it was really enjoyable.
Good man. Obviously saw what you're about earlier on, Vince. Obviously a lot of the lads that would have seen you today would have also watched you in a pre-season friendly against Eastleigh, where I think the phrase Vincent Harper is trending around Hard Newish Park was coined that night. Got the deal over the line. Are you happy to be here, Vince? You looking forward to the season?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm buzzing to be here. Yeah. From pre-season, I played a few games, and obviously I know a few of the lads already and the management from Gloucester, so it was sort of a no-brainer, to be honest.
Good stuff. And as your own performance today, Vince, again, we saw what you were about today with those darting runs. It was, I think, yourself that got pulled down several times in trying to break the lines through there. Is that literally what your game's about, Vince, or are you a little bit more sort of conservative normally, or is this where you found yourself playing at this level, you can express yourself a little bit more?
I like to go forward, but also I like defending, so it's a bit 50-50. I mean, today I think I spent probably half the time on the floor from getting fouled, but yeah, I like attacking and creating chances and trying to win games, really.
Well, it's very good. I mean, looking at the defensive side of the game early doors there, Vince, we saw that you picked up a fairly suspicious yellow card within the opening sort of 5 or 10 minutes there. It looked a little bit like you'd have to be treading eggshells for the next 85, but again, a very, very solid performance, continually bombing forward, didn't shy out of anything, and in the end, we got the result you wanted.
Yeah, well, what a finish. What a finish. Great finish.
I was going to say, we saw the movement as off down the left-hand side as you saw the goal hit the back of the net there. I think you were one of the first players to jump on the back. It's got to be a great feeling when that goes your way.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, they had the pen and missed it, so when we went up and scored, it was limbs a bit, wasn't it, to be honest, everyone jumping up and down.
Superb. Well, Vince, we'll let you crack on, my mate. Well, welcome to Chippenham Town, and hopefully many, many more performances like that.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Continuing our coverage here at Arbour Park, home of Slough Town, where Chippenham have just won this Vanarama National League South fixture 1-0 away today, with the hero, it would seem, of the moment, Mr. Will Henry. Will, goalkeepers don't often get the plaudits, but when you keep a clean sheet on the road with a penalty save, can't help but hold the hands up and take the gracious plaudits.
No, definitely, it was a massive result for us today. Obviously, with the bank holiday weekend, the talk for us in the changing was about making sure we get some points on the board over this weekend, which we managed to do today, which is a great start with 3 points, and obviously the penalty save is part of me doing my job for the team to secure the 3 points.
Talk us through that one then, mate, because we often like to sort of look at the mentality of goalkeepers. Obviously not the favourites in the situation where the ball's on the 12-yard spot, nobody around you. It feels like a very lonely place for that 5-6 seconds before the player comes up to strike the ball. Do you want to talk us through your own process of what you take with penalties? Do you look at the striker? Do you try and work it out, or is it simply a case of picking a direction, sticking with it and staying true to your mind?
It's a bit of both, really. I think when it comes to penalties, like you said it there, they're in favour to score because they're 12 yards out with no pressure on them. So that takes the pressure off my shoulders massively. So I'm going in it with a lot of confidence. But yeah, obviously with that penalty there, definitely read his body shape. The run-up was directing me to go to my right, and I had in my head from the start, if he's right foot, I'm going to go to my right. So that was the result.
And obviously from our position here with the camera, we didn't really get too much of a look at the decision that was given. We assumed it was handball for a block as the ball was heading towards the goal. Did you get a better look at it? Was it on? No one really sort of got a good view down here. Would you have given the penalty there yourself?
I personally didn't see it, so as it's ricocheted off, I think it was Harvey. I obviously just followed the ball, but Harvey was saying it came off his shoulder, but again, that was the decision that was given, and ultimately it's gone our way. So.
Good stuff. And obviously we see the scenes at the end there. It's really got to bring everyone up and raise everyone's level. You put your gloves on that and suddenly 0-0 doesn't look such a bad result when you're facing defeat in the face 5 minutes from the end. But to come up the other end the way that we did, break the game line, get pulled down, the free kicks hit, the next thing you know, the place is in delirium, and we've suddenly seen this flash of green join the celebrations at the other end of the park. Well, how many times have you managed to involve yourself in a goal celebration at the wrong end of the pitch before?
I think only one other time other than today, but I knew, to be fair, when the free kick was being set up, I thought if we score it, I'm running up the end of the pitch. But I think that goes to show the team spirit we've got here. It's a great group of lads we've got. We're very much together as a group, and obviously the banter's flying between the boys as well, and it's a great togetherness, and I think it showed there, the celebrations. Good
stuff. And obviously we touched a little bit in pre-season as well when we caught up with you on the YouTube channel about sort of your expectations for this season. Of course now it's a little bit different. You're not just a new signing now in the pre-season. You've got a good few games under your belt now, sort of 5-6 games pre-season, 2 games in the road now. We've only conceded 1 goal away at Dulwich, 4 points on the board. Can we ask you to reassess your expectations ahead of the season, or are you still staying very grounded to that top 10 finish you predicted at the start of the year?
think the target around the group is still top 10 finish. Obviously, we're looking up, we're not looking down. Obviously, we take it game by game. We want to get points on the board, and obviously, hopefully, that takes us in the right direction.
Good stuff. And we said the same thing obviously to Ross moments ago, but another very, very tough game on Bank Holiday Monday at home against Havant and Waterlooville. It will be your first chance this season to get back in front of the supporters at home after the Ebbsfleet game unfortunately fell foul to COVID. You've got to be looking forward to that one, surely. A game at home after two very, very tricky ties on the road.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be going in there with a lot of confidence. Like you said, we've had two cracking away results. So there's no reason why we can't get a result in front of our home fans on Monday.
Super. Well, we'll let you get back on with those celebrations and the banter flying around the bar, which I'm sure there'll be plenty of. Safe trip home, and we'll see you on Monday, son. Again, joining our coverage here at Arbour Park, home of Slough Town, with Chippenham's winning goal scorer, Ross Stearn. Ross, you can describe it for us, mate.
Oh, don't get me wrong, it's great to score at the end like that. You see from everyone, it was such a tight game. Then we give the penalty away. Obviously, and Will stepped up and made a fantastic save, so he's given us the foundation to sort of go on. And we had a few chances and we couldn't really take them. And then at the end, Harvey took a free kick and the keeper's powered it, and I was one of the lucky ones to be able to be there and tap it in from a few yards out. So yeah, it was great.
I was going to say, it's showing a real experience in yourself there, Ross, to really follow that in as well. It sort of looked as if it slowed down for you. Great celebration as well at the end there, taking the entire team on a little march into the corner, running past the supporters into the dugout. It's got to be no better feeling in football, surely.
Oh no, it's great. Like you said, at half time there was probably a few harsh words, which was probably deserved, because we felt we should have been the better side on what was showed, but for some reason in the first half that didn't really show. I thought they got on the ball and they were good, and when it's tight like that, and then you have a penalty save, and it just seems to add to the effect, and then score a last minute winner, everyone goes mad, and it makes for a good journey home.
Exactly. Obviously, turning around, talking about turning points in the game as well, Ross, when yourself, you came on again. Every single thing seemed to be going through you again there. Created a chance, put one on the plate for Russie, a fantastic block from their defender to get back in behind him. It was one of those, and then again, break down the left-hand side. You've set Jacko off, and Jacko's put one across the face of goal. They've gone down the other end of the penalty. It must have looked like a very same old story, but to come back and do it the way that we did, absolutely incredible. But talk us through your own performance, Ross, because that's not the first time we've seen you come off the subs bench this season and impact the game quite the way you have. Another good stint against Dulwich. Is this sort of now where we're settling into, or are we back to fitness and it's going to be a full 90 for Mr. Stearn?
No, it's definitely not where we're settling into. Listen, it's been a tough pre-season for quite a lot of us. There's a few members of the team, and me included. Pulled my calf early on in pre-season, the first session, which kept me out for a couple of weeks. And then the day I was about to come back training, I caught COVID. So it was another 2 weeks out, and it hit me quite hard. And yeah, it's been tough. But old Cookie and Macca and Hoskin in particular, give him a shout out. He set us up with the old Chippenham Harriers running club, and we've been doing our hard yards, as they say, and we've put in a lot of work. And unfortunately, I wasn't quite ready a couple of weeks ago to start the season, but I was able to play a part off the bench, and the same again today. And I feel I wouldn't say I'm 100% fit yet, but we're getting there or thereabouts. And yeah, I'll be knocking on the door very soon if we still are on the bench. But listen, it's one of those games, and over a bank holiday we've got 2 games, so the squad is going to rotate, and I feel we've got a good squad in the forward areas to be able to rotate. And you're an experienced player now, so hopefully I can take them on the chin when they do come and you're on the bench. And if you can help in any way, like I have done today, and we did do against Dulwich the other week, then yeah, it's great. But as long as I'm playing a part in, I'm making a bit of a difference when I am on the pitch, then that's the main thing.
Good stuff. And Ross, we haven't really had a chance to sort of catch up over pre-season, as you say, with the COVID stuff. You've not been around as much as we'd like, but one of those players, like you said, they're now experienced within the camp, been around the leagues, been around non-league football for quite a while, and got a very, very good head when it comes to the game. Where do you see Chippenham ended up this year, mate? This is now obviously your second stint with the club. It's like your second season of your second stint. Where does this squad match up for you in terms of the squads you've seen here before? Where do you realistically expect yourselves to finish this year?
It is a tough question, because you've got expectations and then there's reality at the same time. I think we've put together, or the manager, Macca and Hosk, have put together very good, and we've got a few more experienced players in the side this year, in the likes of Russie and people like that, who are inexperienced in age, but they've played a lot of games at this level now, and they're coming on, and yeah, I think we're going to be up, and we've got to be looking to be pushing into the top 10, because that's where we should be. But you've got to take into consideration there are 5, 6, 7 teams in this league that need to be in that top 5 or 6, because the money that's being spent by some of them is far greater than what other clubs have got. And I think we have a realisation with that, and what Cookie and Macca have put together. I think we have got a very good side, and we just need to gel. We need a bit of time, because like Cookie's said in a couple of interviews before, he's changed the squad a fair bit, and we haven't had as much time. We've had 2 isolation periods, which is a month. Pre-season's only 6 weeks long, so technically together we've only had a 2-week pre-season overall, when you look at that. So it's going to take a little bit of time to gel, but how the first 2 games have gone so far, I think we're a side that's got the right experience. We've got the right youth team players in, we've got a few young ones in that are exciting, and I think will go on in their careers, which would be good. And yeah, well, I think we've got 5 or 6 experienced players at this level that know how to get the job done, as well as needing to get the job done. So hopefully we can be in that top 10, and I think that's where we're hoping to push, and hopefully that's where the club's going in the future.
Good stuff. And one last point from yourself, Ross. Obviously, you talk about those clubs that do carry that weight of expectation with the money that has been spent. One of those rocks into town on bank holiday money and Havant and Waterlooville. Old friend of yours, Paul Doswell, and he used to manage you at Sutton. Are you looking forward to the familiar faces returning? There've got to be a couple of their boys amongst the Havant ranks that you've got a bit of previous with. Give us your thoughts ahead of that one, buddy.
Yeah, like you said, I've played with him before. Probably best spell of my career was when I was under him, and I have fond memories of playing with him. But that won't be until after the game on Monday, because football's football, isn't it? But yeah, they're another side that rightly so should be there or thereabouts at the end of the year, because of where they are and what they're doing. So it's going to be a very tough game, but they're all tough games in this league now. You come to places like Slough, who aren't going to be one of those sides, I wouldn't imagine, at the end of the year, but still we're hanging on at the end. We've had a penalty save, and then we've gone at the other end and won in the 90th minute, holding on, and it's one of those games. They're all tough, financially or not financially. We've just got to be there, and if we pull up and show up like we did on Dulwich and today, I think we've got every chance of giving a good account of ourselves and being within the game.
Good stuff. Well, Ross, we've seen the celebrations come back on the videos that circulate through the internet when we do win away, especially with yourself on those coaches. So we won't hold you from that any longer, my friend. The bar is that way. Yeah. Go and enjoy a very well-earned beer.
Today with a game on Monday, but yeah, we might have to hold that until next time. But yeah, it'd be a chirpy journey home.
Good man. Well, can't get better than a goal-scoring performance away on the road. Match winner Ross Stearn signing out. See you on Monday, buddy.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.